Hello everyone and welcome to my hobby home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going to be working a project that is supposed to be a quick project, but we'll soon find out. I am making project bags 2.0. I am making this bag right here. This is the jumbo bag. I think that's what it's called. Yes, that is a jumbo bag. And the good thing about this bag, this is how you get your pattern, like this. If you look on the back right there, it has everything you need for each one of these bags right here on this yellow slip. What I have done, since this was a paid for pattern, I have gone on and cut out everything. I can't tell you the measurements, but I can tell you that what I am using is, let me pull this one up here. I used 2 fat quarters of this fabric. I have a big roll of vinyl. I just cut the size that I needed off. Got my instructions right here, and I know you can't see on my table. I may find a way to turn it where you can see on my table, but I used 1 fat quarter of this fabric, 1 fat quarter of this fabric. Now I did have some left, so, and then I think this is called soft and stable. I went on and cut these down to the size that I needed, and they are pinned together, because what I am going to do is quilt these 3 pieces together, so then I can cut it down to the size I need and make my bag. So one moment. Okay, I now have you where you can kind of see what's going on here. I did forget to tell you, I have a zipper here also for this project bag. Now, I still have my size 12 needle on here. I don't know if I need to change it or not, but we're going to see if we can do this with a size 12 needle. I do realize something that I haven't done. I've got to put that dual feed system down, because that will help pull the fabrics through just like a walking foot. So guys, this is actually a tester bag that I'm using. You may not recognize the fabrics, but these are fat quarters that I got from Walmart. And I'm hoping that they make a beautiful project bag. And I may have to stop midway here of making this project bag, because my husband is in, and he works nights, so he's probably going to wake up, because he still kind of sleeps on his schedule when he's in. Sometimes he's able to stay awake. But if he does wake up, I'll just have to go fix some dinner for him, or we may go eat, just so I don't have to stop for too long. And if I'm at home, I don't pay attention. Now, the instructions on this did say to do this with a medium length stitch. I mean, my stitch may be too tight still. I'm at a 2.5. So, I hope it works. So, what I've done is I have my seam guide still on my machine here, and I have it set at 1 inch. So I'm just sitting my seam guide right down on that stitch line. And I'm letting the machine just pull it right on, and I'm keeping that right on there. Because you have to quilt. What this is your back and your lining to your project bag. And y'all, if this is an easy bag to make, oh my goodness. This would be phenomenal, because you know I have those big cross stitch projects. Even though I have the zippered bags, wouldn't this be so much cuter? And my sister cross stitches too, and I can make her cute little bag. I love making my sister things. I love making things like this for Christmas anyway. Yeah, and I do like using that seam guide with this. I think it's called Soft and Stable. Pretty certain that's what it's called. But I love the thickness of this. We're just going to let it stay right on there. But guys, did you guess this at all by the thumbnail? It is a Tester Tuesday. I am testing this bag out to see if I want to make more of them. Because if I do decide to make more of them, I will have some of them in my eBay store, I guess. I just like picking the colors and the fabrics to go together, because these are just beautiful. And these are some of the first fabrics I purchased when I started quilting, because I didn't know I had a quilt store near me. And I was just at Walmart, and I was like, well, let me grab some of these and see what I can do with these. And then in February this year, when I went on my quilt retreat with Kristen with IC Stars Quilting, she had a quilt retreat in February. She has one next month, but I was unable to go to it. I really wish I could have, but it was a little further away, and just kind of at a time of year that is going to be hard. And plus, my husband and my wedding anniversary is next month, which that really didn't stop my sister and I, because we're going. My sister and I are taking a trip next month too, and that's another one of the reasons why I'm not going on the quilt retreat next month, because I have so much going on next month. We have baby girl, my granddaughter, her birthday is this week. So we have her birthday party this weekend. Cannot believe she's already a year old. It just does not seem right. She's so precious. One day I may just put a picture of her eyes up there so you can see how big her eyes are. I respect, well, even if my children said it was okay, I would not put a picture of my grandbabies out here. I very seldom post them on my Facebook page, just because, you know, it's just too dangerous. And my grandbabies are precious, and I don't have bail money. So, because if something happened to one of my grandbabies, I would need bail money. Y'all, this is, I better not say it, because it may mess up. I'm going to say it. Because this is how I learned, by making mistakes. This is making pretty quick work. It's pretty simple. I just love, this is cherry fabric. It's got a black fabric with white polka dots on it, real tiny white polka dots, and it's got cherries on it. And it is so pretty. Kind of reminds me of the fabric I got in my Creative Notions box for November and December. Y'all, that was some beautiful fabric. I cannot wait to get into that. This is one of the project boxes that has been behind me since February, actually. And if I really like how these turn out, it may be a permanent fixture back there. And yeah, once again, this is a jumbo. The jumbo size is a 16.5 by 16.5, I believe. Finished size, yes, 16.5 by 16.5. And what it says is your main fabric is a fat quarter, your lining fabric a fat quarter, coordinating fabric is 1/2 yard. That coordinating fabric is for your borders, binding, handle, and zipper pull. I didn't make a zipper pull because I'm going to put a charm on mine, maybe. I've got to look and see if I have one like I want, because I think I have seen some that has cherries on them. But I am just chugging along here. Now, I did pin this. You'll see the blues here. These are my pins. I'm using my Wonder pins. And you know, I forgot to look to see if Walmart had any Wonder Under. I think that's what it's called. I just need to stabilize a seam that I have on a quilt. You know, just kind of give it a little extra support. And I didn't think to look for it, because when I literally had to go to Walmart to get another fat quarter of this. This is green with white polka dots, because like I said, all I had was fat quarters, and I only had one. I thought I had two, but I only had one. And that's going to be my binding and my border, because I think that and it probably would have looked good with that as the lining, which I did the cherries as the lining. But it probably would have looked really good with that green polka dot. And then the cherries as the binding and the border. But you know, I don't know that I saw. Yeah, I did see. They still had some of the same fabric, which is fine. I mean, some of this fabric that you get at Walmart is good fabric, and some is just completely trash. I'm just going to say it. Some is completely trash. It's rough. It don't feel good, because I was looking at some today. Just looking to see what they had. Thinking, you know, if I start making project boxes, this would be great to use, because I could buy fat quarters there, which I have so many fat quarters, I really don't have to buy any. I have lots of fat quarters. You know, just stray fat quarters that I get in my, what is it, Open Gate quilt. I get the fat quarter buster or stash builder, so I could use some of those. But with it being a fat quarter, I need 1/2 yard for one of my colors, so I'd have to have 2 fat quarters. Y'all, oh, this is coming out nice. Now, I know my local quilt shop, they did a class and made a purse where they did this. And I bet this with a cross hatch on it would be beautiful. But I'm not cross hatching. I'm just doing this one because actually in the picture on the pattern, this is what they showed them doing, was this. Just a straight up and down quilt. on this. Now, I know this is probably going to be the easiest part of this project. I wonder if I could, no, I can't. Because I'd have to switch my foot thing around. I'm going to have to roll this up just a little teensy bit here. Get it back under here. Because it does get a little stiff once you get that quilting in it. And once again, it is 3 layers. I have 2 layers of fabric and then a layer of that, can't remember again what it's called. They actually say what it's called, soft and stable. And everything that I am using is the Annie's. I literally went to their website, that buyany.com, and purchased everything that I needed other than the fabric. I bought my soft and stable, bought my zipper, I bought I might not have bought that zipper there. I think I probably got my zipper at Walmart. Because I think when I got this fabric, I thought I probably was going to make something with a zipper, and I got a zipper to match it just in case. Y'all, that I don't know which side's going to look better, the red or the... I love the cherry fabric, though. I just love this cherry fabric. You could do all kinds of whimsical things, though, with these color, you know, just this pattern. You could do all kinds of things. And there are, you know, 4 different bags sizes that you could do. Got to get that pin out of there. Definitely don't want to hit that pin with that needle. That would not be good. And I know some people are better than me at this, but I'm trying and I'm having fun doing it. And I'm trimming these threads here because I don't want to have to deal with threads once I'm done. I've got a little raveling on my fabric, so I'm trying to keep that kind of trimmed up and clean. And we are just going to keep it on until we're done. And I'll bring you back on the next step. Okay, so now I have this completely quilted. You really can't tell. You can tell better that way. And I have what they call sealed the edge, which is just stitching on the edge 1/8 of an inch. And that supposedly seals the edge. It does keep everything kind of flat. Our next step, I kind of had some things already done. I have my fabrics already interfaced. So our next thing we're doing is preparing the handle. Now, to make sure I have the handle, I'm going to look at the handle, okay, measurements. And what I'm going to do is just lay my other fabrics right up here so I don't have to worry with those. So let's see, for our handle, right side out, fold the interfacing handle in half. I see what I'm doing. Now it said, if I had read just a little bit further, I would have seen it says right side out, and then press it to mark the center fold. I'm going to do a finger press because I don't know that I want to press with heat right now, because I don't know if these need to stick yet, and they may stick. So I have that center fold. So now what I'm going to be doing to do that raw edge is just fold the raw edges in to the center, and I'm reading it to make sure I don't mess this up. Okay, so I am going to fold these in and then fold it in half to make that, and I'll be right back with you. Now that I have this all pressed, got my little strip here. This is going to be my handle. I'm going to top stitch it 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So what I am going to do is start on the open edge, get it under there far enough that my needle will be on it when I put it under there. We're just going to get this top stitch going. I am using Dove. It's a gray colored thread. It's by Aurifil. I kind of use this on everything just because it does kind of blend in really well. And I am to do this on all 4 sides, and I'll be right back once it's done. Okay, I now have my handle sewn all the way around. Let's see what we are to do next. It says prepare the zipper pull. I'm not doing a zipper pull, so we're good with that. Now it says prepare border, option 1 only. I don't think I did the option 1. No, I did not. I did the option 2 because the option 1 had multiple colors, and I just wanted a solid back. So let's see how we are here. I'm trying to keep everything in order. So, okay, so we are passing that. So next thing we're doing is preparing the back front. Okay, for this next step, we're doing the back front. We will take our interfaced border here, our border lining. I just am using the same exact color. I guess I could have lined it with the cherries, but this will work. And our vinyl. Now our instructions tell us to right sides together, align the top edge of the prepared border with the long bottom edge of the front window. Okay, so I get the picture here. I have my vinyl. So we're going to take our vinyl. I'm going to just clip the fabric to the vinyl and then add the second fabric to it. Now I am going to reread these instructions before I do it because I will need to change out the needle on my machine to a size 14 needle, and I will need to lengthen my stitches on my machine to probably a 3. Okay, so I have my vinyl here on the top with my fabric. So now I'm going to lay my next fabric where it is right sides together, and I'm going to lay it right next to it, take that first clip and then do that, because y'all, this vinyl, when working with vinyl, it is very, very slippery. So now I have them all clipped together. I'm making sure. I'm going to reread the instructions and change my needle out and be right back. Okay, the instructions have me only doing one fabric with the vinyl, and then at 1/8 of an inch, and then doing the other fabric on top of the vinyl at 1/4 of an inch. Well, I don't have my Teflon foot over here. I guess that's what it's called. It's the one that you can do vinyl with. So what I'm going to do is go on, and I have them both sandwiched together here. What I'm using is a 90-14, and I'm going to do this needle, and I'm going to do this at 1/4 of an inch. I'm getting that needle on into the vinyl, and also I can take that clip out, and I'm going to do this very slow because this is going to be at 1/4 of an inch. And as long as you have fabric, and I did increase my stitch to a 3, as long as you have fabric on both sides of that vinyl, it will sew it perfectly fine without needing a special foot. Now I have that dual feed control or dual control foot, whatever they're going to call it, and it looks like my top did my top fabric not line up? It is lined up. Looks like I have a little extra fabric there. It might have stretched a small bit there, but I'm just doing this kind of slow to take my time, since this is my first time ever making a project bag, and y'all, it's coming right along. And I like that this project bag does have the interfacing to help make it a little stiffer. I do like that because I have seen some of these project bags, and they're just real flimsy, floppy, but I like that this pattern does add support in there to kind of stiffen it up, and you have that soft and stable in it also to give it a little extra support in the main body of the bag. That's really nice to have that. So now I have my interface, and I have my regular, and what it is, it sandwiches right between the two. Okay, so what I have done now is, you see, this is our lining. This is our, not lining, this is our lining. This is our vinyl. This is our border. What you do is, I had to take this, press it up, and do an 1/8 of an inch stitch right there. And that, what that is supposed to do, it says it hides the lining on the back, so I'm guessing it keeps the lining from puffing up. So what I'm doing is, I'm just pressing this here, so it's okay. So the top we do at 1/4 of an inch, and then the side and bottom we do at an 1/8. So let's just get my vinyl here. And y'all, so far, I'm not going to tell you a fib, but the instructions are a little difficult for me. But it's just because I've never done anything like this. Okay, we're back on the vinyl again, and we're making sure we're on that 1/4 of an inch, and I am making sure that my fabric is not bubbled anywhere, and so that way it does catch it and it is flat. I'm taking my time, going slow and steady on this. I'm guessing that 1/4 of an inch should catch that underneath on the vinyl, but I know I'm not a perfect 1/4 of an inch, but I'm guessing this is going to be okay, because it seems like things seem to be coming together really well on this. When we get done, I will tell you exactly how long it took me to complete the whole project, and that's from the time I cut my camera on to record to the time I put the last stitch in it. That way y'all will know how long it takes to make one of these project bags. So now I'm to do an 1/8 of an inch. Okay, now I do need to go back to my 2.5 stitch length, and I've still got that vinyl needle in. I probably need to change that because it may be leaving bigger holes in my fabric than I want to. And remember, my fabric did stretch a little, so I'm using the top fabric as my guide because that's not the one that stretched. And the funny thing, I can't really tell which one is the lining. Yes, I can. This is the lining. So I'm still doing this at 1/8 of an inch. Okay, guys, we are an hour and a half in. I am going to stop real quick. Okay, and we are back. It is a different day. My husband and I decided to go out and eat last night. And when we got back in, I was just tired. So, where we ended off was we got, this is the border, our vinyl. And now I have pinned or clipped my prepared zipper strips. So what I am going to do, I actually want to sew this with the, now, you know, I skip a step or two when doing this. The instructions say to put one strip on first and then making sure I'm at my 3.0 there. But anyway, it tells me to do one strip first and then add the second one. Well, I just put them both at the same time and do them both at the same time because it really doesn't hurt if you can do them both at the same time. I do have this dual control or dual feed system on my machine, so I can, it actually is better if I do it like this and I don't have to change my presser foot out, because I do have the presser foot that you use. I think it's called a Teflon foot or something like that. I do have one of those. It's not right here next to me and I don't have to go get it. If I have fabric on both sides of the vinyl, I don't have to go get it. I could put a piece of paper between the foot and do it that way, but eliminate a step, because what you're doing is you're sewing it at 1/8 and then you're coming and putting the second piece on, and oh goodness, looks like my bobbin is just about to run out. I do try to get as much as I can done on that bobbin because that could just be a little sign, you know, it may not be getting near to be out, but I will run another bobbin up. But it seemed like it still had a pretty good bit left on there. Could have just been giving me a sign that wasn't necessary actually. Now this fabric is actually stretching, so, and I'm not really pulling it, it's just stretching. Well, I guess it did run out. So I will be right back. Oh, look, it ran out way back here. I just poked holes in my plastic for no reason, or my vinyl for no reason. I'm going to go ahead and reclip these, and I'll bring y'all back as soon as I have another bobbin put in. Well, guys, it seems like if it can happen, it's going to happen today. But that is okay. We are going to pick right up where we left off. So I am just going to get this back under here and get this started. Well, it looks like it stretches this fabric too. I guess it's just whatever is on the top. Okay, now I have the zipper pieces on here, so I'm going to check my instructions, see what I need to do. For some reason, this feel is feeling a little tight here. Seeing if I can't get it to, we're going to figure it out though. Okay, so the next thing we are to do is to sew about 1/8 of an inch from the seam on the lining side. That way it's kind of like locking that in to help it roll down or help it be folded the correct direction. Now, I did notice where I had to sew back over. My 1/4 of an inch wasn't exact, and in some places you could see the holes where the needle went, so that's my imperfection, and that's perfectly all right. And this is going to help catch that fabric on the other side. So now what we'll do, that means my lining is straight up. So now I turn my, now what we are to do is to match the raw edge and probably stitch this down 1/8 from the edge also. So this is my practice bag, so it is okay that the holes are there. I'm okay with it because I will have a completed bag. This will be for one of my projects. Well, at least this way I can see all the things that can happen because I have a wrinkle in it in my one of my zipper linings, but we'll figure out how to make it work. It's not my zipper. Yeah, it's my zipper lining that has a ripple in it. So now I have those two done. Our next step, we are taking our zipper strips. We have a prepared one with the interfacing and just the lining. So what I am doing now is putting the wrong sides together. I'm going to put it here under my needle. We're doing 1/8 of an inch. Our next step, we are going to be attaching the zipper. Okay, to make this a little easier, I am changing my foot to a 2A presser foot. I think this will help with the zipper. Now, I will not have the dual feed control with this, so we are just going to have to wing it. So I have to see where my 1/4 of an inch is right over here. Part of my zipper done. It's not real straight, but it'll work. Okay, so now we do the same exact step to the other side of the zipper, and I'm hoping I can get this because I think it said to do 1/4 of an inch. I'm going to try, see if I can get it to do 1/4 of an inch. It looks like it's wanting to push away. Okay, so now I have my zipper attached to the back front. What I will have to do is press this down and give 1/8 of an inch stitch. Now this is not going to be a pretty bag by no means in the construction of it. But this is definitely a tester bag for me to see if I can get this to work out, to do what I need it to do. And normally I am one of those, if I can get it to turn out kind of right, the next time it will be perfect. Well, not perfect. Once again, not perfect, not perfect, not perfect, but better. And this is what our front is looking like. Y'all see it's kind of rippled right there. I don't know what happened with the plastic right, or the vinyl right there. I keep calling it plastic. With the vinyl right there, but it really got rippled up. Not sure exactly what happened there, but it's not going to matter. So I have my back front, and here is my back body. Okay, I now have my front attached to the back, and I am changing to what I call the Teflon foot. I'm guessing that's what it's called. It is a non-stick foot for the vinyl because I'm not going to have anything between the vinyl and my presser foot. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do, we are going to start in the top left corner of the back. And this is going to be pretty thick. And I am not going to have my dual feed to help with this. And I am just going to go all the way across at 1/8 of an inch. I'm actually doing the whole bag at 1/8 of an inch because I imagine when I come back with my binding, that's going to tie this all in together. Okay, now our next step is to bind. I am going to do a machine binding. So what I'm going to do is start on the back. I'm going to start it at that 1/4 of an inch. I just realized I did not change my stitch. Okay, now that I have the binding attached to the back, I am going to roll it over to the front, and I am going to machine stitch it on at probably 1/4 of an inch there. All clipped up and about to start sewing. And I am going to sew this 1/8 of an inch from the edge of the folded bind. Okay, y'all, this is my project bag. It turned out really cute. I did have some issues right here with some puckering, but my zipper works. My bag is cute. I think so anyway. Got my handle here. See on the back. So guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day just to check and see what I have going on. As I said before, this is actually now running about 3.5 hours, and that's with me having to rethread my bobbin, everything, having to press my binding and all that. So guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed it. This is my Tester Tuesday project. I just wanted to test this pattern out and see what it came out like. I'm pretty certain I'll probably be making more of these in my future. So leave a comment, tell me what you think, and as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Goodbye.